But I think those are the only two life sims I can think of that actually have, like, creatures in them. Um, so... Poor Cleo, dude. There we go. I was like, we don't even have a full heart with Cleo. She wants a dark spirit, by the way. She wants a dark wolf spirit. We can't even fight dark spirits yet. So she's gonna have to wait. But yeah. Like, overall, I don't mind the game. I'd like to get to the end of it, which I'm guessing is what happens when you put all of the icons in there. There's probably some big boss fight or something, and then that's probably it for the story, I would assume. So we still have to wait for winter for that, but I would like to get to the end, but it's just starting to, I don't know. It's starting to take a little while. Like I said, if I had stuff to do that isn't just grinding out the creatures... Oh, we got 2 points here. I think we go Dungeon Dasher and a Master, because I really want to get Powerful Presence and start lowering the health of bosses. Okay. But, I don't know. But part of me is thinking, like, the only reason I want to complete it is because I'm playing it on stream. Because, like, this is a perfect example, right? It's like, what, other than leveling my spirits, what could I do, right? Like, I can't just make... Well, I could just make crops grow. It would take all of our, like, stamina and then some to do that, but that would just be a waste of stamina. But I just don't know, like, what do I spend these next 9 days of fall on, right? That's the problem I'm having. Because I can't... The dungeons that are left, we can't do. They're too high level, so we have to level up. Which means that we have to go to, like, these areas and just keep running into monsters until we level up, right? But the more efficient time is just to wait for these plants to grow and then just funnel food into their face until they're high enough level for us to fight the dark stuff. Because then, at least then, we can make some progress. We could do a quest. Well, actually, we could get 2 quests done, because we have 2 quests regarding dark. We have Cleo, who wants a dark wolf-like spirit, and then we have the final exam, which is to banish the dark spirit, which would also give us the brush. And then if we can capture one, we can get the dark matter, which will allow us to make the dark plate. And then we're kind of stuck until spring to finish up the rest of the quests. Because we would need, well, winter, of course, is going to give us the snowball, which will finish that quest. It'll give us most of the spirits we're missing. Okay, so we have found all the fire ones, it seems. That's interesting. Okay. Electric ones we're going to find in the temple, probably. There's more poison to discover. We found all the water ones, and we were missing an earth one. So, like, we could also do that. We could go look for earth islands and try to figure out which one we're missing. Because we're missing, what is it, earth and poison? So... But it's, like I said, it's just, I don't know. I just wish I had more to do. Like, I want to keep playing, but I just don't have anything to do. Like, it's like, yeah, I could fish and get Moonstone fishing stuff, but as far as I know, there's no reward for that. It's just more like, you've got Moonstone fish of all the fish types. Congratulations. Like, that's it. Because we already have the maxed out rod, so I don't know, like, unless he gives us, like, infinite bait or something. I don't know. But, like, it could definitely really, really benefit from more life sim stuff, I think. Like, they could add bug catching, they could add, because you could do what you do with the fish, where each island has, like, certain bugs, and then you could also set them on timers where it's like, oh, certain bugs only come out at night, so then you have reasons to work in the day and the night. That's one thing that I noticed that this game doesn't really take advantage of either, is time of day. The only time of day matters is if you're looking for moonstones, because they're easier to see at night, or if you're doing the psychic storms. If you're not doing either one of those things, the time of day basically is irrelevant. So it's interesting that there's not more to do that. There's also not seasonal things, which I'll have to go to our calendar to show you that. But there's also not seasonal things, which is a thing that I think every life sim I've ever played has seasonal stuff. And given that they have spirits, it would make even more sense that you would have seasonal stuff, because you would have seasons like devoted to, you know, the different like spirit types potentially. And you could have it to where maybe there's a spirit that only appears on that holiday, that you could get or something, you know, like I said, there's a lot of room for growth here, and they just did do the cooking update, so, you know, it definitely seems like the developers are going to be working on something. I don't know what they have planned. I don't know if they've done a roadmap or something, but like this is all you get for your calendar, right? You can set up dates and stuff to like raise your relationship, but basically you get 2 to 4 birthdays, and that's what you get per month. So, I don't know. I would like to see events. I would like to see more, like looking for stuff, like bugs. But yeah, like, I honestly, like I said, I feel like my best bet is basically to just wake up each day and just go straight back to bed, right? It's just to do this. Just so we can push into the next season, which, if I'm having to skip half the season, I feel like there's just not... There's a shortcoming, right? Again, I think the idea is that you're supposed to go out here and, like, grind on these islands and level up each day. But why would I do that when my time is better spent just sleeping, right? Because if I wake up and these are... if I wake up and these are done, I cut them all down, I use them, I redo the fertilizer, and then I go to sleep again until it happens again. Right? That's a better use of my time than flying to an island, fighting like 17 things, leveling up once, and then going to bed that day, right? Now, I don't know if that was the intention, but it just seems like that's a better thing. You don't like this game anymore, it's fine, stop, you're not forced. Okay, so, Owen, I am voicing criticisms. That doesn't mean I'm just gonna stop, right? The whole point of streaming is that I'm putting my opinion out there. And this is the stuff I'm talking about. The whole reason why, you know, developers watch streams and watch videos and stuff like that is so they can go, oh, we didn't think about this thing, or oh, maybe we could implement that thing, or oh, that criticism actually doesn't make sense for the design of the game that we were going for, right? They can take it and leave it how they see fit. I'm just talking about, from a game design standpoint, these are the things that I'm noticing. From a life sim, from a creature collector, from a card battler, right? Like, these are the things that I'm noticing that could be altered, could be added to, could be modified, right? That, like, they're really trying to get a generalized experience of a lot of stuff. Yeah, that's, I mean, I've mentioned that on multiple occasions. It feels like they have these distinct things and they put them together but they don't have any one thing really shine. And I think that until they start getting something that they want to focus on, because I think like I like the spirit, I really do. I like this, the look of them, the joke names. I like it. Like they also have this stuff, which again, this is what I'm saying. I think this system right here, where you see where it's like, oh, seen, banished, and tamed, right? This is where I believe they incentivize you focusing more on the spirit stuff than the life sim stuff, right? Because they want you to see 50 of these gemlins, kill or banish 25 of them, and tame 7, right? So this tells me this system is what they incentivize. Because if I look in my stuff here, there is basically no missions that incentivize me to do every crop, to catch every fish, to do every birthday. Now, there might be achievements for some of that stuff, but there's nothing in the game itself that tells me as a player that is incentivized. This has its own page with all things that you can work towards, right? So that's what I'm saying. It's like, this is the system I feel like they wanted to build, and I feel like the life system was put on the side of it. Because it's got exploration, which I think is really cool. There's not a lot of life sims that actually have exploration. A lot of them, you're just kind of in a town. You can maybe go to like an area or two, and that's it. So the fact that it has this, and it's randomly generated, like the islands, I think, are all the same, but they randomly generate what type they are, and their location, I think, are the two things that get randomized. I think that's really cool. Because that means if I start another playthrough, this maze here could be a poison island. It could be a dark island, right? That's really cool. So that gives you the reason to play through multiple times. But like this crafting, this is a very small crafting menu. Even with the addition of this one, let's see, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's 20 crafting in here. 40, what is that, 7? So there's 47, and then that would be 52, no, 62. There's 62 recipes that aren't cosmetic, right? Now, some of the stuff we've gotten here unlocks as you progress in the game. But that's not a lot of crafting recipes, which again is why I think they added this system, the cooking system, because this adds a whole bunch of new crafting recipes for you to do. So but yeah, I think that's basically the long and the short of it. Is It really wants you to focus on the spirit stuff. And it's curious because, like I said, I wonder if this game started out as a creature collector card battler and they put the life sim on top, or if it started as a life sim and they wanted an interesting battle system, so they put that as one of the main focuses. Because if you play other life sims, some of them don't even have combat, and the ones that do, the combat is usually very, very simple, right? It's like click to swing sword, and then you kill monster, right? And that's it, right? So this has, so far as I've played, the deepest combat system of any life sim, right? So again, if that's what brings you into this, you will have an excellent time, I feel. But I don't know, because like the thing is like, I'll compare it to another life sim, Animal Crossing, right? Animal Crossing is a real-time game, which means whatever time it is for you locally, that game, I'm just going to sleep tonight, because again, this is the best use of our time. That game is based on your time. So when it's you know, nighttime at wherever you live, it's nighttime in the game, which that leads to some very interesting interactions because there's certain things that happen at certain times. So it gives you incentives to like log on different times if available, stuff like that. How long do these things take? Like 6 days to grow, I think. Now there is something else you can do per day. There is this system, which again has its own tab, which tells me as a player that this is a system they intend for you to engage with. It's the relationship system. But in Animal Crossing, there's no combat, but there is a focus almost immediately on collecting everything, right? Collecting all the different bugs, all the different fish, all the different fossils, like all of that stuff is collection focused. Because you have the museum. There's also certain events. Have you voiced your concern in the Discord? It's not concern. Like I said, this is just a criticism or a discussion of what I'm noticing. It's not a bad thing. I don't think this is a bad game. I'm not trying to come across like that. But I'm just comparing it to other life sims, you know. And like I said, there's another game that has a creature collector called Ooblets. I don't actually remember what the combat is for that, if I'm honest. It might be very much more like Pokemon, where you have like certain sets of skills. I don't know. It's been a while since I looked at Ooblets. Ooblets, I think is what it's called. That's the impression I get. You're kind of saying the game is bad. No, I am not saying the game is bad. Having criticism of a game does not mean it's bad. Like, we've run into one bug in, I don't know how many hours we've played this, right? That is, for an indie title, that's great. You know, and the bug fixed itself, essentially. All we had to do was play a card and it fixed itself. No, what I'm saying is this game is marketing itself in a certain way, which may lead some other people to not have fun with it, right? Because when people look for something like genre-wise, they go, oh, this thing is in that genre, I might like that, and then they play it and they go, oh, this is not what I was hoping for. And that's why I'm talking about this, is so that people that come in, they go, okay, what's this game like? Oh, it's this. It's this. You know, and people can form their own opinions. I'm just giving my opinion so people can have that when they decide whether or not it's something they want to buy. Because I would say I probably have a friend or two that would probably absolutely love this game. You know, it's less life sim, more card battler and deck building, dude. They would absolutely be all on top of that. So no, I'm not saying it's a bad game. I'm just saying that, like, calling it a life sim and having little features could cause them some issue with people that want to play the game. I have not looked for the reviews, so I might be just treading ground that people have already tread. Again, I think this game was in early access. I didn't play it in early access or anything like that, but no, I don't think this is a bad game. Again, criticism is not a bad thing. Whenever you're critiquing stuff, there's such thing as bad criticism. And bad criticism is me being like, this game is trash, and then turn it off, right? Like, that's not helpful to developers. But me talking about the systems, me talking about the design choices, me talking about what I'm engaging with, what I'm expected to engage with, all of that stuff, that is fuel for the development fire if they ever find these videos or the stream. If they don't, whatever. It's just content that I've created, you know. But yeah. But no, it's criticism is not bad. Criticism means I think this game has a good start, or I think this game is good but could improve. Do they really market this as a mostly life sim, though? I don't know how they marketed this game in the first place. I don't know. That's what we'd have to look into. But it is definitely marketed as a life sim, right? Because that's the whole reason I picked it up. I saw they were like, oh, you could catch spirits. Okay, that's cool. Card battler, not a fan of. But then they were like, oh, you got some life sim. You can, you know, mine and grow crops and all that stuff. I'm like, okay, I can get behind life sim. And then, you know, that's what I'm saying. It's like, it really depends on how they're pushing it. So let's go pull all of these up. We're gonna sell all of these. And we're gonna check on our mushrooms. But I'm kind of like I said, the point I'm at now is where I really want to play more, but in order for me to engage with anything new, I have to wait. Right? I have to wait until winter. At the very least, I have to wait till winter to engage with anything new. And that's the problem I'm having. So it doesn't make if they market it as a creature collector with a card battler, it doesn't make the life sim criticism invalid. So nothing invalidates someone's opinion, first and foremost. Secondly, it has life sim elements, right? It has elements of the game that are life sim, regardless of how it's marketed. It has life sim elements, and it's tagged as such. Here, like I will go to Steam and I will read you the tags, and I guarantee life sim is one of the highest ones. Yes. Okay. So the tags go like this: creature collector, deck building. Okay. 2D pixel graphics, cute. Those are all graphical stuff. Sandbox, that's the open world. Building, farming sim, life sim, agriculture. RPG, I guess technically has a leveling system. That one I would be like, right? And in the, let's see, let's look at the trailer. Okay, the trailer is showing Waldo. It's showing creatures, arches. Okay, so the first thing it shows after showing the tree come crashing in is farming stuff, right? It's showing them create a farm and plant stuff and water. It's a cute little farm. Definitely looks a lot better than ours. And then it shows them setting up a forge, going into their house, decorating, doing alchemy. Of course, the flying, that's the exploration part. Now it's showing them traversing the different worlds, which is still the exploration part. Now it's doing mines, which, yeah. There's definitely a focus on exploration, obviously. They went into a finished dungeon for some reason. Okay, then they showed off some dungeon. They show off a boss, even though the bosses don't look like that. Interesting. Yep, and then it shows the farm again, with the barn and stuff like that. So yeah, like if you watch their, what is called, it's the gameplay Your Year on Moonstone Island. So the second video on their, on the official Steam page shows probably half of the video as a life sim and half as a card battler, right? And then they have an accolades trailer for all the things that people have given accolades for, right? So are these done growing, or? Nope, they still got a day. But, to be honest, I feel like this game is two separate, yeah. Okay, connection between live system and big system kind of helps it somehow. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, right? So you saying this game is two separate games attached into one, that's the same criticism I'm bringing up. I'm just using examples from the game, right? The fact that this system, the relationship system, is very life sim, because this system, as far as I know, has zero impact on the card battler or the spirits themselves, right? This system is just a romance system, right? So that's a life sim system. This system is a creature collecting system. This system is an exploration system, right? A quest system. This giant map, an exploration system. Because I'm using what's in the game to kind of be like, this is obviously where they wanted to go. And if you look at these recipes, there's not a single thing in here in your basic crafting by default that has anything to do with spirits. Most of them are life sim. The only thing that directly works with spirits would probably be the Moonstone Enchanter, I think. But even that... yeah, even that doesn't really have that much. It's different houses, different crafting stuff. Like, the only thing that deals with spirits are these 3 items here, right? So even the crafting system points more towards life sim than card battler or creature collector, right? Like I said, I'm just using stuff from the game. But this thing here, having things in a barn, that's a life sim thing. How do you get the spirit storage? I don't know. I think I completed a quest. I think I completed a quest and it gave me to it as a reward or something. So, like, I would argue if I saw this just as this part of the gameplay and didn't see the combat, I would argue that this was almost completely a life sim. But because I've played it for a multiple amount of, you know, hours and stuff, we've discovered that that is not the case. So, but I think that's a good place to go ahead and call it a stream anyways. So let's do that, shall we? So,